What is going on, coexisting fans, Fightful fans? Welcome. I did not mean to say coexisting fans. I meant to say Fightful fans, and I'm like, first day again. See, that's what happens when you shave. You just kind of mess things up. Anyways, guys, welcome to Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. It is Friday, February 2nd. Maggie and I were just made aware that NXT Vengeance Day is February 4th and not February 3rd. So we got really excited because Maggie gets to sleep and I get to go watch my niece's
pre-show.
Yeah, and we get to do a pre-show and I get to go to my niece's volleyball game, which I'm one of those uncles that enjoys watching his nephew and nieces play sports because that's how I roll. But Maggie, as I start every show, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I mentioned to you off the air before our show. It's actually my birthday today. We turned 13. We're officially a teenager. We are about to become extremely problematic. We entered.
From the stories I've heard, you've already hit that.
We already hit that, right? Like we are problematic. We are stubborn and stuff. It's been a rough start of the year for me. I've shared with you. I have not had a working AC since 2019, and it was never that big of a issue before, like years before, but like I don't know why this winter is extremely pissing me off and I'm freezing. And at top of everything, my washing machine decided to break like an hour before our show this Sunday, because like as you guys know, we had our show on Sunday. So I watched the Royal Rumble and I'm like, cool, I have time to work out, watch Collision and do a lot of, laundry. So I started working out and like I turned on the washing machine and then it automatically started working. And I'm like, why isn't making any sound? So I make 2 steps towards the kitchen and I step into water, of course, soapy water with laundry detergent and fabric softener and everything. And so there I was in my ice cold freezing apartment mopping up washing machine water. So I wasn't in the very best place. And of course I called the shops, that I got the washing machine from, because I have a 2-year warranty,
Yeah.
And they're like, well, ma'am, you need to give me the service number of the washing machine. And I'm like, okay, cool. Where is that? And she was like, at the bottom of the washing machine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, excuse me, you need to tell me that I need to pull out and over my washing machine in order for me to give you the service number that you need for whatever reason, in order to send help, in order to send people to do their job and fucking fix my washing machine. And she's like, yes, that's right.
Yep,
and I'm right. Like, okay, that's not gonna happen. And I hung up on her and I called my dad and I'm like, Dad, I needed to come home and help me flip over my washing machine so I can see the service number. Thank you. Me.
I don't know where that. I just clicked. I was at. It's my first day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Coexisting. Jesus.
Our fans, our fans.
Our fans. Welcome, Coexisting fans and meat fans.
Let me
go ahead.
Finish my story really quick, and I'll be really quick, I promise. So I asked I tell my dad, and I'm like, you need to help me do this, and he's like, I can't come. My car's broken. It's in the shop, and I'm like, how do you go to work? And he said, well, but I take the bus. And I'm like, there are buses that come here. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So he didn't come because, like, he's my own dad. Of course, he's not going to come. So I asked a couple of guys in the bar, and they all couldn't. And I'm like, I'm pissed off. This is pissing me off. Like, I like exactly how I said on Twitter or X or whatever. I rarely ask for help, and in the rare occasions that I do, no one helps me, and this is pissing me off. So I woke up on Wednesday and I decided, well, I'm gonna do all this shit myself. So I just repaired my washing machine by myself. I took it out of its place. I stopped the water. I took out, the hose and the hose and everything. Like I restarted it. I cleaned the filter and everything like a grown woman, and that's it. It was actually pretty simple. I can't believe that I actually wanted to ask professional help for this, but there are YouTube videos now that can help you do pretty much everything. So I'm so grateful for that. So, guys, hi. Welcome to our show. This is a wrestling show, by the way. As Rob does some stuff that I have no idea what it is. Thank you for doing that, Rob, sweetie. Thank you for joining us this evening. Please like the video, share the video on social media, tell all your friends about us. Well, not all, just some. Uh,
No, tell everybody.
okay, yeah, tell everybody. Okay, Rob said it's okay. Subscribe to Fightful Select. It is the best source of wrestling news that you're ever gonna get, and there is a free tier of Fightful Select that Sean will post news about the gruesome stuff that we're gonna talk about later in the show. But we like to start off with some nice things this week. Also, please send us a super chat. It's the bottom dollar sign chat at the bottom of the live chat. Humperchat@humperchats.com. These two ways are the best ways to support the show. Any amount will get your comment or statement read on the air as we go. Please support us. I'm cold and I don't have an AC, and this is why I have my clavicle showing. Shout out to our friend Alexis Cardoza, because I need money. Okay, so we can get okay. Oh, what?
No, nothing. It's not.
I don't know what you're gonna expect from me.
Nothing. You're fine. Go ahead. Live it up.
Like we've been on screen for 3 years now. You should have known. Is it 3? I feel like it's 3. It's 3 years,
well,
right?
Technically, yeah. We started in 2021. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
2.5 years.
Yeah. So
2.5.
we're going. Yes, and we were going to bring this up. Rest in power to Carl Weathers. Who
this shocked me. I gasped when I saw this. Such a loss. Rest in power. Jeez.
Yeah.
Not great.
I remember, obviously, I knew him like from the Rocky movies.
Sure.
Like growing up, and then he was Action Jackson, and
he was,
and Predator. He was in Predator, and then we got to see him in Mandalorian with your guy Pedro Pascal.
Yes, we did. This is actually the last place I ever saw him star in.
I don't want you to be alone, so I'm gonna show. No, okay.
Come on.
I saw Soupy's comment, so I was like, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, so best our hearts go out to the Weathers family and his friends and his fans across the world. He just seemed like he's an actor, don't get me wrong, but he just seemed like somebody you'd like to know type. He just seemed like a good person, and we don't know him, but there's certain people. Oh, Chubbs, yeah, from Happy Gilmore. Man, that's somebody else. Yeah. I forgot. What a character. But he's just somebody that I would have probably liked to have met. I had the opportunity to meet Billy D. Williams at a horror convention, and a horror, not a. Hey, no.
Is there a horror convention?
Oh, well, no, not really. I mean, there probably is. I don't really call them that. I've never called them that, but there's So, before I get myself in trouble, let's move on, please.
Yes.
Thank God. I'm
There's no cool way to recover from that, Rob.
nope, not at all. So I am on the struggle train. So we will move on.
Let's move on. Let's
Yes,
move on.
let's move on for show. So Sunday night, I almost said it tomorrow night. Sunday night, NXT Vengeance Day taking place from Clarksville, Tennessee. Maggie, have you ever been on the last train to Clarksville?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Rob.
It's a song from the Monkees, I believe. I think the Beatles wrote this. Maybe it's the Beatles. Beatles might have written the song, but I don't know. Fuck it. Who cares?
Anyways,
NXT Vengeance Day. Here's our predictions. Maggie, I tend to make thumbnails early in the week. This was the one that originally was going to be the thumbnail for this week.
But then like all hell broke loose and all sorts of stuff happened,
And I really like this one.
It's a really good thumbnail. Like you put a lot of work into it. Like I can see that, and then everything happened.
Yep, and then So, anyways, that was it. But NXT, I want to start with that match because I'm very excited about that match. Usually we start with the lower card, but I want to go ahead and get into that match. NXT Vengeance Day, Cora Jade taking on Lyra Valkyrie for the NXT Women's Championship. Maggie, I have a feeling we might see Roxanne get called up here. Originally, if you would ask me last week, do I see Roxanne winning this match? I would have said yes. However, I now see Roxanne not winning this match and being called up very soon. What are your thoughts, and who do you have winning this match?
I absolutely have Lyra retaining here. Of course, with the help of her crazy stalker. So, which can, on the other hand, cost her the match without, without it being on purpose, accidentally on purpose. That was a movie, right?
Sorry, say that again?
Accidentally on purpose. That was a movie.
Yeah,
I feel like
probably.
I've watched it. I feel like I've watched this. So after the amazing showing that Roxanne had at the Rumble this year, last year also, but this year, I can see them calling her up, but having in mind that I'm almost certain that they're gonna call up Tiffany Stratton. And if they call up both of them, this will leave a huge gap, in NXT's women's division. But on the other hand, this will give them the chance to push women that have been ready for a long time. That being said, Kiana James, because I praise her a lot on the Royal Rumble pre-show on Fightful Select that we had last week. I feel like Kiana James has improved immensely and she deserves a top spot in NXT, and I feel like she's ready. Also, Bea Priestley is there. She wasn't in the Rumble. She hasn't been around, kind of lately. So this puts a question mark on her. But I do feel like Lyra retains here, and Roxanne gets called up. This is actually kind of exciting because a wrestler at the caliber of Roxanne, I feel like she can do wonders on the main roster, and that is not just me saying that because I wanted AJ Lee to be back, and I kind of feel like she can fill in that void. But yes, Roxanne will.
All right. Oh, so you have gotcha.
No, will not. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to now. We'll start with the rest of the card here. Joel Gacy Pearl, or otherwise known as Joe Gacy, taking on Mr. Dijak.
Rob, did you watch NXT this week?
I sure did.
Okay. What the fuck was that?
Could not tell you, but Joe Gacy made me laugh.
No, a lot. I mean, a lot. But tell me,
he's cracking me up, man. I'm starting to be a big fan of the guy.
No. I love this, but like, what? Explain this to me in kayfabe. because like the guy has been in a dumpster for like 25 minutes. And there are a lot of personnel there and doctors and everything, and they're all on the outside because ew, garbage. I don't want to get my feet in the garbage and everything.
I
But like he climbs with
can't explain it kayfabe wise. I can't explain it at all. Can we really explain a lot of the things that Joe Gacy has done?
no,
That's how
like
great his character is.
yeah, like he threw himself from the from the building, dropped his phone and whatever. I'm enjoying this because the guy's nuts. Okay,
Yeah,
like he's the lunatic fringe 2.0.
yeah.
Uh, that's the best I can describe him as. Um,
I-
I feel like his gimmick from now on will be for him to be losing a lot, but him losing his mind also in the process because I don't think Dijak can afford to lose this match. Like
Oh
I don't
no.
know, he cannot possibly. On the other hand, Joe Gacy, uh, he's he's low-key extremely good in the ring. Like we haven't seen that much of it, but the guy can go and like I like the way he moves in the ring. You have a Caden face.
No, I was sorry.
You
No.
yeah no you have you have that face when Caden says something ridiculous and you're like
No, I was looking because you said something about um Gacy, and I was like, I was kind of curious um about like some of his history, and I wanted to go to Cage Match, and I was gonna say like take a look at some of his stuff that he did in Evolve, and I've mentioned
mhm,
this
mhm.
before, like that, and he's done stuff with Sammy Callahan and John Moxley back in the Independent days when there was the Switchblade conspiracy. Just he's great. That's all I really wanted to add to what you were saying.
So that Caden face was you being, oh, he's great.
Yeah, yep. Caden faces. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, have you? Well,
yeah.
I know in Bulgaria they don't have the bitter.
Caden face,
Beer,
yeah.
yeah, no, they don't have the bitter beer face commercials back to what we used to have. I'll have to send you a YouTube video. There's like bitter
Yeah, I have
beer
no idea
face.
what you're
Yeah,
talking
I
about
know,
right now.
but that's what you reminded me of when you said that.
Sure. Moving
So,
on.
yeah, let's do
No,
that.
I have Dijak here. I wouldn't mind it if Joel actually wins, but yeah. Hey, Doc, do you want to join us, Doc?
We'll do we can do the Cooper effect early too if you want.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Hello. He says, I'm tired. NXT Vengeance Day should be fun.
Yes,
Well,
also please DM Rob if you're up for joining us in a
and it's
bit.
on Sunday, by the way.
Yes, it is on
And we got
Sunday.
another super chat from our good friend, the cruise director, Ryan Sullivan. Well, it's two wonderful people.
Wonderful people.
All
He's
right.
a spelling mistake. Now you have to send in another super chat.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, of course. Thank you, both Doc and Ryan. You two wonderful, wonderful people. The two of you, I missed you on the Rumble pre-show, so hopefully we can hang out this Sunday for the NXT Vengeance Day pre-show. Please.
Yeah. All right. He has an invite sent to him. So, let's go to our next one. The finals for the Dusty Rhodes Classic tournament. None other than Bronathan Breaker and
Breaker. Put some respect on
yeah,
Sour Graps, okay?
and Baron Corbin taking on the team of Mr. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. This has been really difficult for me to pick, but I think Braun.
Okay. Do you like because I for the life of me I cannot remember. Besides the Trick Williams, Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov. Besides this match, are there any other matches on the card? Because for the life of me, I cannot remember.
Yeah, there's you have you have Oba. and
Obafemi and Dragon Lee,
Dragon
right?
Lee, and then you have
Okay.
the intergender six or the mixed tag match, the 6-person tag match with Stax and
Out the mud.
yeah, yep.
Let's do these and then mush the Dusty Classic and the
Okie
main
dokie,
event match
artichoke.
together because they kind of
Let's do
correlate.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
we can do
Okay.
that. We can do
So
that. So
the
let's.
intergender, yes.
All right. So yeah,
I do not think that Tony D'Angelo Stacks uh, for, remind me what her new name is because
um,
Big Ange isn't her or because she was supposed to be Big Ange, okay, and now they renamed her, and I'm pissed off about that.
oh, what's
Like she will forever be Big Ange to me. I like no Big Ange. I can. There's no way they lose this, right?
I don't think so. Mm.
Like they should win, right?
Yeah, I would think they'd win. I think you have to go with them with the win here. The yeah, I just there's something about that other team that's just not doing anything for me. You know,
No, no, like they just got together.
yeah,
I'm absolutely okay with giving them time. I do feel like they have a bit of chemistry together. The three of them from out the mud. So um, I will give it time. Um, but I would like for them to do something with those tag team championships,
yeah.
probably. So this is what I want, like a tag division that matters because like the actual tag division is kind of lacking in NXT right now, despite them having a Dusty Classic. So of course, the main picture will be on the Dusty Classic final here.
It's her. Is it like Rizzo, Adriana Rizzo?
Big Ange forever,
Yeah,
Big Ange.
yeah. Thank you. So, and
So
people in chat put it on there too. So cool. And I need to take that off the screen because I forgot. And Chris is here. Man, it
Hello.
really is my first day, people. I'm so sorry. Good God, what the hell happened to me? Hi,
you
Chris.
have the
Welcome.
new art from Mel Coleman.
I do.
That is so. That is such an awesome T-shirt, by the way. This belongs on a T-shirt.
I love this so much. When the first time I saw it, I was just like, somebody
Yeah.
was going to get that as a tattoo.
Yeah. And yeah, when I saw it the first time, I was like, oh my God.
That is an actual tattoo. You're absolutely correct.
Thank
Krish,
you.
what do you think of this match? And why did I rename Big Ange?
I mean, a mistake. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. We're talking about what, the women's title, right?
No, the six intergender tag team.
Oh.
I'm gonna read this super chat from Ryan Sullivan. Does Bulgaria have spell check? I apparently don't.
I'm because like I'm really into grammar, okay? And if like especially in Bulgarian, like I hate spelling mistakes in Bulgarian because like it's our home language, it's our mother language. We need to know how, it's not that hard for us. Um so and on Twitter X or whatever, me having better grammar than people who actually speak English as a mother language is a travesty. That being said, this was not directed at you, sweetie. I adore you, and you are a historian, which I am not, and I respect that. And join us on Sunday, fucking sake.
All right, Chris, go ahead.
I personally think the family is getting the win here, just because the other team isn't established enough yet.
Exactly.
It feels like they're going to be a stepping stone, but I actually do like all three people on the other team, and wouldn't mind if they got like an upset here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, the tag team titles aren't on the line, but I don't want to see the champions getting pinned. All if unless it's the women pinning each other. Like that's I get what you're saying, but I also don't want to see Big Ange getting pinned because she's been so cool. I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love her character.
Yeah.
She's great. Got another super chat. This one's from our good friend Ricardo, and he's also Dalton Castle's friend Ricardo. Hey guys, long time no see. I miss you both. Hey man, we missed you. Welcome back. Glad
Spending all his time with Dalton Castle, apparently.
Don't blame him.
Yeah.
Don't blame him there. So let's go on to our next match. Well, before we do that, Chris, who you got winning the Joe Gacy versus Dijak match?
I don't know. I thought this would be a feud for Dijak to get over. And the last couple of segments have kind of made me think Joe Gacy might actually win. So I'm gonna go with Joe here because I actually kind of want him to win. Like I sort of like what they've been doing with his character the last couple of months, ever since they sort of changed gears and took him away from Ava, and obviously the grizzled young veterans are gone and out there doing good things now. But yeah, I think this will be Joe, and it'll be like probably one of the better matches of the night because these two are going to kick the crap out of each other.
Yeah. And I don't know if I said who I thought was winning, but I'm going with Joe Gacy. And then the women's NXT championship match with Lyra Valkyrie and
Valkyria.
I do that every damn time. It's like Chris's last name. So, and Roxanne Perez.
I have Lyra here.
Like I said, to start the show, I had Roxanne winning, but now I have a feeling she's going to be getting called up pretty soon. So I went with Lyra. So, but we will move on to our next match here, and that is none other than Dragon Lee challenging Oba Femi.
Oba Femi's so good, man.
I'm a big fan.
Like he does not have the right to be this good this early in his career. It's so easy for him, he's doing everything with zero effort, and that is so great because it looks like it looks real. Like every time he's yeeting someone, I'm like, oh my god, like back in the day, like Keith Lee used to do. Of course he's gonna retain here. Like I don't think. Yeah, he's 25. He's freaking 25. 10 years younger than me. 10 years younger than me. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's...
Now 15 younger than me. I know how you feel.
17 for me. You bastards.
You guys are bragging.
Well, I'm not bragging that I'm 17 years older than him.
Damn,
yeah, Oba Femi.
Talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, a-holes. Oba Femi wins here. I'm excited to see this match. I'm excited when big wrestlers are good in the ring and not just rely on their, size. I like it when they're big and they can actually do something with the other person. I like that. What are you smirking?
Because I'm a child. That's why.
I work with fucking children.
Yeah,
Where are my biscuits?
You sure do.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Go ahead.
I mean, there may only be one big meaty
Highlander
man in this match.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's going to be a lot of fun to watch him. Yeah, Oba Femi, like, dude came out of nowhere. Like, listen, with everything going on in WWE right now, it's really easy to get bogged down in all the bad things. But if you look at the last couple of years, the Performance Center is churning out some incredible talent.
Absolutely.
And
right.
this kid is just another one of many 25 and under who are killing it right now.
This kid, and he's like huge.
I know, but like 25, you know,
kid.
Kyle Fletcher's 24. You look at all these women in WWE.
Excuse me?
Isn't he 24 or 25? Yeah, he's 24. Kyle Fletcher is a child.
Oh my god.
That's what's so incredible about him is he's like 24 and he's one of the best in AEW right now.
Yeah, he's 25. Yep, 25.
25. Okay.
Yeah,
he must have
he's
just turned 25.
He's one of the best. Yeah, he's jobbing out Chris Jericho. Yeah. I'm gonna rant about that.
That's a rite of passage in AEW.
Well, Chris Jericho has that Ronald McDonald look now.
Come
anyway.
on.
But yeah, Obafemi is going to get the win here, and yeah, he's going to throw Dragon Lee across that damn arena.
Yeah.
Well, I know we were just talking about like age, but I mean, if you look at it this way, Dante Martin's only 22.
Yeah, but like you can kind of see on him, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like age-wise, I mean, damn. You know,
like he also isn't supposed to be as good as he is, but like I mean that his style of wrestling, you know, that lucha style of wrestling, you can see, you know, younger talent being drawn to that. But like being that age and being this huge and strong, like this is a Of course, this isn't me saying that one is easier than the other, in no way. But like you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who gets Brock vibes a little bit from Oba, just in terms of like him being so young, so big, and so athletic?
Yeah,
I get
hopefully
it more with him.
It doesn't turn like into
Well, yeah, I just mean like when Brock came on the scene and he was young and just jacked, like
I get it more than I did with Braun Breaker. Like at first with Braun, I was like, this guy might be the next Brock. Like at first, and then I'm like, yeah, maybe not. And then this guy, I actually can see it.
It took Braun some time to get the charisma right, because it took him a while. Because like, yeah, oh yes, Billy Starks is 19, so yeah, it took Brock some time. He had the name, like they didn't use it, but like he had the name on his back, and he also has this incredible in-ring ability, but like attitude wise and carrying himself, not so much, but he's getting there, and I love that. Speaking of Braun Breaker,
yeah, so who you guys got winning this? Or no, well, who do you have winning? I think we all have Oba winning that. There's no way.
Oba, okay, of course, Obafemi.
So, all right. So let's move on to the tag team match.
Yes.
Dusty Rhodes Classic.
I'm sorry, Rob.
No problem. Dusty Rhodes Classic finals match. Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes taking on Baron Corbin and Bronathan Breaker.
Okay, that is a tough pick. Because there's many possibilities to go from here. I feel like Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker will win here, because I kind of feel like they've been vibing as a team. Like when this began, I dreaded the entire universe for giving me this, because it's weird. And now I can actually see this being Baron Corbin's thing, because I've been enjoying each and every moment of Baron Corbin on NXT.
Yep.
And this is, again, I say this rarely, me enjoying, you know, Baron Corbin's work. Baron Corbin is an amazing performer and an amazing person. He's so safe in the ring, and he can take care of people. But like somehow everything that he does, you know, creative wise, hasn't stuck with me, a part of the bum ass Corbin thing, which was really great. I do feel like I don't know how Trick Williams and Carmelo actually, you know, lose, because I don't. It's so hard because if you mush this into the main event, because I will, um, I I don't want I don't want Ilya Dragunov to lose that championship to Trick Williams, but I see that Trick Williams is over so much right now with the crowd and actually with the main roster too, because he's on fire right now. People enjoy watching him perform on the screen, on the microphone, etc. They want to. He is a person that people get behind right now. So I can see them putting the NXT Championship on Trick Williams just because he's red hot right now, which in my head would mean that they're gonna call out Ilya Dragunov on the main roster. And if that happens, I will be needing that matchup with Gunther at WrestleMania for, Intercontinental Championship. But the flaw here is that the main roster will need explanation as to why this is a big matchup, because we're just going to go ahead and assume that the main roster isn't that familiar with NXT. I need this because I was the person to cry her eyes out during the watch along when Ilya Dragunov was the first ever to beat Walter at the time in a one-on-one match. And I've been a fan of Ilya Dragunov ever since NXT UK. I've loved Walter ever since NXT UK. This was a brilliant matchup because Walter was built as a mountain, just like he is right now on the main roster. I've enjoyed his run. This will make me feel happy, but I am the one who has been, familiar with the programming ever since NXT UK, and people don't even remember NXT UK anymore. They don't even mention it. So they're gonna spend time, telling us why this is a big deal. So I don't think that this is what they're gonna do at WrestleMania, because it'll pop lesser people and it's not a big money match. So the thing is, thank you, Caden. I'm on a roll here and you interrupt me?
Well, yeah, because you said I made a Caden face earlier, Caden.
Yes, yes, you did. You did, absolutely.
And Caden, there will be a pre-show, by the way.
Yes, there will be a pre-show. So long story short, because I didn't make a big deal out of this, because that's me. I'm so sorry. We rarely get to talk about NXT, and when we do, I just get all excited about it because NXT has been really enjoyable. So long story short, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker win the Dusty Classic. Also, this is weird for me watching a Dusty Classic finish without grizzled young veterans being in it, because they're always in the finals of the Dusty Classic. And they never win. So yes, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker, and hello, Scarf, sweetie. Scarf has its name back. Yes,
Son
and
of a bitch.
It's fine.
I'm joking, Maggie.
And Ilya Dragunov to retain the championship. Also, but we're gonna talk about that later. Someone else talk now,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna go really hard. Gonna go with this is what I think is gonna happen. I think Braun Breaker and Baron are gonna win because I think Dragunov's gonna come out, and that's gonna irritate Carmelo Hayes. That it messes up Carmelo. He gets distracted and they lose. And Carmelo is actually going to cost Trick Williams the title in the main event, is what I think is going to happen. So there you go. So I gave you a 2-for-1-er. Chris.
Wait, who did you say would win, Rob?
I said that Carmelo. So I have Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin winning.
Okay, I agree. I agree with you that I think they're gonna win, and then Mello is either gonna turn on Trick or accidentally cost him the match. I think he's gonna turn on him.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, but like the thing is, if they get called up, I want them to get called up on the main roster, sort of like a like a team, and they can have this inevitable split on the main roster. But who attacked Trick?
Probably the parking lot. The parking lot actually came
Yeah,
alive.
yeah,
And-
the parking lot police and everything.
Yeah.
Like that's I don't but because they're dragging this shit out. They're dragging this shit out because in their eyes, right now, Carmelo is the guy that cannot he can't get used to the fact that the spotlight is no longer on him.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree. But we'll see. We'll have to
Mello
see.
was always a good heel too, so
he
I'm
was.
excited to see him go back to being a heel, because not a lot of people can pull off the I'm a heel and I'm so good I'm gonna do moves that are really exciting, but you're still gonna boo me. And he does.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So as far as the main event goes, it sounds like we kind of all
Ilya Dragunov.
okay.
I have Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah. Chris, you have
I wouldn't
Dragunov
be
too?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if they put the title on Trick Williams. Like I said, he is white hot right now. But I just feel like I
Oh.
haven't seen enough of the Ilya Dragunov title reign.
All right. Well, Chris, before we're going to let you go, we wanted to bring up our Cooper effect this week.
Yeah, I just wanted you here for the Cooper effect because I need you here on the Cooper effect.
So here we go.
Okay, we're doing it. So, Chris, sweetie, you posted this as our friend J Rock is having trouble with their doggy, and they are selling their wrestling art just so they can pay for the dog's vet surgery and everything. And the most awesome thing happened. I love this woman so much, just so you guys know. Jordan Grace retweeted it by saying, DM me what the vet bill is. So this is something that I'm saying like fairly recently and a lot these days, because like in the past week we've had some awful days. So I adore when people show empathy, and I adore when people make good, awesome stuff for other people. You know, altruism and everything, like, because we need to shine. This is so Lynchian. We need to shine a light on the darkness just so we can go away. So, I'm so glad, because a lot of the Cooper effects that we've had, Chris has sent them to me my way, because if you guys don't know, Chris is that wonderful person, and it's so annoying. He's that wonderful person.
Yeah,
Wow.
Chris, knock that shit off, Chris.
It's the first time I've ever even used.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, go ahead. Jesus.
He's like, he puts people over a lot. He makes people smile. He likes to, make people's day. Like, I've been one of these people. Like, he made Wardlow notice me. Okay, like you are never. Yes, you will never get rid of me for giving me Wardlow. So, thank you, Chris, for sharing these awesome, videos and stories with me, because this is something that I wanted to do with Rob on our show. I just wanted, to let people know that there are wonderful things happening in the world. So thank you for sending all these things to me, and thank you for being you, because we rarely get to meet so wonderful people
Well,
like you,
let's be
and
clear
annoying.
though. Let's be clear though. The Cooper effect is for Jordynne.
Yes.
She so when J-Rock tweeted out his thing, I just messaged him and bought a couple of those things because I figured it'd be fun to have some wrestlers hand them out at shows, you know?
Of course.
But really, like, the main goal was maybe to get a couple of shares. Maybe a few more people would see that and reach out and buy some of his art.
Yes, Jordan Grace was so sweet.
I know, like, she could have literally just retweeted that and felt good about, like, oh, I'm putting some eyes on an artist who needs money. That's great. So for her to, like, reach out and you know, her and J-Rock did talk, and thankfully the dog was out of surgery yesterday and is fine. Cool. So, you know, that's the good news. But yeah, like, just for her to immediately see that and be like, oh, it's for a dog, all right, cool, like, let's help.
She's been so vocal about adoring animals, dogs, and
I mean, yeah,
everything.
and like, you know, we're all animal people here, so anytime a dog gets saved like that, we're all going to be happy about it. But like, the funny thing is, it's like this is the second time this has happened in like 2 weeks. Because with Sonya, I retweeted out the thing you're looking at right there in my picture, the thing she made me.
Yeah.
And Nyla Rose saw
Nyla Rose, yeah,
and immediately went to Sonya's thing and donated a bunch of money, and she was able to throw a pizza party, and she's going to take her kids bowling at the end of the year. Like,
that's awesome.
So it really goes to show you that you never know, like, who's watching that stuff. And there's so many of these wrestlers who go out of their way to do things privately and never ask for credit. Like, Nyla she shared some stuff, but like, she didn't advertise the fact, like, Sonya had to tell people that Nyla did that. You know what I mean? And I've personally witnessed Cody Rhodes doing things for people that didn't get talked about. Like, there are good people out there. You just got to look for them. And it's, with all the crappy stuff going on right now, it's just sort of nice. It's sort of nice for Jordynne to come in and be like, well, I'm going to make everybody's day really quick with a nice gesture. Like, I don't know. It was very nice to see that. And I know that J-Rock was like, he was like, oh, I have to go in for my night shift. I'm going to be all emotional. Like, you know, that totally, like, that saved his dog and made his whole year, probably.
Yeah, that's awesome. Glad to
that's
hear.
the great part of, you know, of it's those great emotions, like not the other kind. That is so great. I adore that. I love when people are lovely.
But I also say, like, if anybody is interested in some like very reasonably priced wrestling art, reach out to J-Rock on Twitter or reach out to Sonya. She is still doing discounted commissions, like, pretty much through the end of the school year, I believe. And I mean, the piece she made
in America,
like end of May, early June, depending on the school. So like, the piece she made of Chris and Willow right there, like, she made me 2 versions of that. She made like a bigger version where you see more of the two, and then she made the movie poster version, and then just for fun she added Stokely and made a 3rd version just as a joke. Like, nice. So you're getting more than your money's worth, you know, if you go hire her for something.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, if you're
keep sending wonderful stories to me, Chris, please.
And tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at BR_doctor. Find all my work on Bleacher Report. And then for J-Rock, you can find him at J-Rock Draws. And I might as well plug Sonya while I'm here too. You can find her at Sonya Red DeWitt, DEWITT.
All right. Well, thank you, man.
Will you join us this Sunday for exactly the same thing that we did right now?
Yes, but I will pick all opposite picks.
There you
So
go.
that way I'm like 100% right no matter what happens.
There you go.
All right,
That's
guys.
the way to do it. All right, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. See you later.
All right, take care.
We got another super chat from our good friend Sports Center. He goes, Maggie, Wardlow is live on Instagram from the gym, shirtless and sweaty.
What the fuck?
Just kidding. I shined a light in your DMs with more thick Wardlow pics. And he added, let's see here. Let's see. He added something. He added to this. He says, I told Wardlow's mom about your love for her son, Maggie. More of a warning, in case you land in the United States and legal papers are needed for you to keep 10 feet away.
I know. I totally understand. Like the guy's hot. Okay, he's just hot. I'm sorry. The moment.
Elmo, God bless Elmo.
God bless Elmo and God bless Seahawk for getting on the news.
Well.
Okay.
All right.
Rob, let's dive into the not so fun stuff.
Okay. Well, you got that right. Not so fun stuff.
Yeah.
So
a reminder, please, like the video. Hit that thumbs up because we're not gonna be having a good time in like now.
So right now on Fightful Select, we do have a free story that we're not charging.
There is a free tier of Fightful.
Because we don't, don't get me wrong. We are a business, so we have to make profit. However, we don't want to make profit off of certain things. And this is something that Fightful does not want to make a profit off of. Because it's awful.
Icky?
What's that?
Icky.
Yeah, it's awful. It's icky. It's disgusting. Just so many things. But anyways, we have a free story on FightfulSelect.com that has more details behind Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis. Some other news that came out is Brock Lesnar has been removed from creative plans. So that's some news that recently came out as of last night, I believe, or maybe this morning. I cannot remember the timeline there. I know he was removed from I know he was removed from a game, the mobile game Supercard yesterday. So that was kind of starting the ball rolling there. I know his merchandise is still available, which, okay. But so there's that. Today, now this is where I'm not trying to sound like I don't know the right word that I want to say, but so last year, the FBI raided Vince McMahon's office, home. They grabbed papers. So when that happens, that means you're under federal investigation. So it came out today that in addition to the lawsuits, that federal investigators were still investigating, which I assume they always were. I assume that the case was always open. But anyways, in addition to the lawsuits, federal investigators revealed that former WWE owner and his longtime co-worker, or not co-worker, but his employee, John Laurinaitis, that they personally expected McMahon to eventually be charged because if the feds raided Vince and got his phone, they almost surely would find something. That's what was told. Anyways, Fightful has spoken to a number of people within the industry. At least one claims they know more people are involved. They've been contacted by reporters, attorneys, and the like already, and have indicated that if the additional names involved aren't identified, they'll do it themselves. Fightful has spoken with multiple mainstream outlets that are looking to navigate the wrestling landscape and collect info. Fightful has provided some of that to them upon request. A longtime employee of the WWE says that they don't believe that this lawsuit is the worst of it, pointing to higher settlements. Fightful can confirm that other potential victims have been identified and contacted by attorneys and media outlets to see if they want to take action. Laurinaitis himself has turned on Vince McMahon in what one person who referred to themselves as a longtime former friend of Laurinaitis called rats jumping off the sinking ship. Laurinaitis' attorney has reached out to several in the industry in what many believe is his team trying to find allies or find out who has talked to who to help gauge his best options moving forward. There's still heavy speculation over the source of the original Wall Street Journal leaks, with some thinking it could have been Grant and others believing it was a high-up official in the WWE. It was also noted by the Wall Street Journal that some were able to contact names that many would have been publicly aware that they worked for the WWE. It is believed that TKO became very aware of this mess on their hands after the merger, and one source believes they would have handled the rollout much differently had they been aware of something like this was imminent. However, they were very aware of last week when McMahon was present at the New York Stock Exchange regarding the Netflix deal. No talent that we've spoken to says that WWE's had a wide talent meeting or claimed they've been briefed on the situation at hand. Instead, the reactions that we're hearing is that it appears that all the higher-ups want to move on past Vince McMahon and put him in the rear view. There are talents we've heard of that believe Vince McMahon is delusional enough to try and work his way back into some kind of role. However, it has been reiterated to several talent that Vince McMahon was done and has no path to returning to the company. WWE is largely attempting to disassociate. Though Brock Lesnar was not identified in the suit, he was referenced. Since then, his creative has been halted. He was not brought into Tampa, did not work the Royal Rumble. He is not working in Elimination Chamber against Dominic Mysterio as planned, or working with Gunther at WrestleMania as planned. There are no creative plans at play for Brock Lesnar at this moment. It was relayed to Fightful that this doesn't mean we'll never see him again, as that situation isn't as cut and dry as others. So that's what we reported today. And that was 4 hours ago. There could be more this weekend coming up, but I just wanted to read that out, and you can read it on FightfulSelect.com.
Yes, on the free tier of FightfulSelect.com. During In the Weeds that went 2 hours before, or how many hours before? I don't remember. 3 hours before us. I don't remember anymore. Like, I don't know where in the weeds were. Okay, today they had Andrew Zarian and Sean on the show.
And Seahawk.
Seahawk before that. Yeah, I was referring to talking about the initial problem.
Oh, sure.
They praised Seahawk for all the magnificent work that he did on the press scrum. We did talk about the press scrum this past Sunday on our show. So they talked at length about the situation. And I also want to praise both Joel and Jeremy for their work on Monday when they had John Alba on their show. And they talked a lot about the scrum and the accusations and everything. They had a really respective way of handling the questions, the matter, and everything about it.
Mhm.
So the thing that is absolutely clear here, and because law eludes me, okay, like especially law that has nothing to do with my country. But when you John Laurinaitis doing everything that he did today, his lawyer and everything, the statement that they had, him and his team, this pretty much tells us that he he's telling people that everything that is in that lawsuit is right, and everything that
Yeah.
is said in that said lawsuit absolutely took place. And this is his way of saying that he needs to grab on whatever life jacket that there is, around, just so he can get away with paying less money or less jail time. Like eventually, I'm not saying that this is something that will happen, but this being a part of a federal investigation um, lowers the percentage of this going to a settlement, because as we both talked about this, that this week on the hump, Sean and Jimmy Van talked about this a lot, and I always adore listening to Jimmy Van's opinions about stuff like that, because he has a so much to say on business matter, on law and stuff like that, which I have zero knowledge about. So I'm so thankful that this kind of podcast can exist, just so I can familiarize myself with this whole situation. So he what he said, that he's almost certain that these kinds of lawsuits almost all the time finish in settlements. So the majority of the naysayers for this lawsuit are all like, well, she said nothing when she was taking the money. So here's the thing: there's no way that she can get out of the situation with people actually being respected for her, and empathetic towards her. Because if if the party decides to settle, it's not because that they're doing it for the money. It's because like they no longer have the financial stability to continue with this actual lawsuit. Because this, if it goes to trial with jury and judges and everything, if this goes that far, it will take a lot of finance, it will take a lot of time, energy, and money. This is things that these people do not have. So this is such a sticky and gross situation, Rob. I cannot express to you just how horrible this is. And have it in mind that wrestlers, as reported by other sources, wrestlers haven't been briefed about these things, that like higher ups haven't discussed this with talent, which is also incredibly gross to me. What do you think about all of this?
Well, the one thing you were talking about, like how like the attorneys and stuff like that, how it could just keep on getting pushed back and how it'll get expensive. A lot of that, where a lot of this comes into play is like the FBI investigation. That part doesn't really come into play for the people that are, so like that's the government going after Vince. So those people don't have to worry about that part of it going like after them. As far as like getting the money, if they get money, which I think they will, for the alleged
Lawsuit?
things. Yeah, for the alleged things that he's done. I'm trying to make sure I worded that right. Yeah, you're right. That could take a long time, depending on the evidence and stuff like that. However, what a lot of these attorneys will do is they know they're going to make a lot of money off these, so they kind of just work on, I would say, they basically work until they get paid. You know what I mean? Because they know how much they're going to get paid, so they get paid at the end because it's a way for them to just rack up their bill too. Yeah, you know. So,
I understand.
So, yeah, and I'm not. There's plenty of people that can speak better on it than me, like Jimmy Van did and could and would, but
that was such an amazing podcast. I like the people who still haven't watched the hump from this week. It's an hour and 15 minutes, but they go at lengths about all of this.
Well, you know, the one thing too is I'll say this. I don't know if you've noticed this before, but Sean has a lot of critics on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, it's happened. It surprises me too. But he had even some of his critics said that was a really informative podcast, and like I'm like, wow, you know.
I always enjoy the hump when it. That is such a weird sentence.
Yeah, you do.
I always
pervert.
enjoy. Yeah, I always enjoy this podcast. You know, when it comes to the business side of things, because it is so informative. I love hearing Jimmy Van's opinion about stuff. This isn't me sucking up, okay?
Not unless it pays us more. Just kidding. Hey, you know, to be honest, you didn't want to do the show when you found out we were going to get paid.
Yeah, I did. Like I'm not in it for the money, honey.
Yeah. We got a super chat that I didn't get to read. This one's from Chris. Again, he says, Frodo sucks. Sam is the hero. Gonna take a nap. Love. So there you go.
You deserve a nap for all the wonderful things that you do.
What started with, maybe you would know, you know what? That's a whole different show because I really don't care. The whole Frodo hate. I don't really care either way.
He's a bitch.
Well, yeah, I know that, but
Frodo's a little bitch.
Would I throw him off a cliff? Yes. Would I throw Sam off a cliff? Sure. But
no.
I liked Encino Man. So
no, Sam is adorable. Sam carried him literally.
Well, yeah, he might have.
Literally.
I was a Sauron guy. I thought Sauron rocked. You got to admit, he looked pretty badass.
No. I'm an Aragorn. I'm so simple. Aragorn.
What if
like the moment he opened the gates, my legs opened up. Like
like the flood for the trees, huh?
Yeah.
All right. But what if Sauron, like, granted, I know he didn't have a face, but what if he took off like that and it's Wardlow? Would you then like Sauron more?
He what?
He took off like his hood and it was Wardlow. You know? Like he didn't have a face, you know, Sauron, right? It was like
Wardlow would never do that.
You never know. You never know. It's like Gorilla Monsoon used to say, you never know what's going to happen in the World Wrestling Federation. Lady.
Wardlow will actually be the little leader of the orcs.
Oh, good God. All right.
He'll be good at it. Okay, let's move on. Come on.
Okay. So Okada Rumors, a lot of people went crazy this week because Pro Wrestling Tees had to remove his merchandise, and that's somewhat common when that happens when a wrestler becomes a free agent because it was new Japan Pro Wrestling merchandise and they had to remove it. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. A lot of people think he's still headed to AEW. Some people say it's not a signed deal yet, so he could still possibly go to the WWE. I think he's headed to AEW. However, like we've said, I think last week on our show or the week before, there's so many people we want to see him wrestle, like in both companies. So it's just whatever is best for him is what we really want, and that's for every wrestler. But I would really, because of what happened with CM Punk, I really want to see him at WrestleMania. I just do. That's just me. Like I know WWE does not do this, but I would be perfectly fine with a short-term deal. I just would be. Like I'm talking like 3 to 6 months. I'd be fine with that. Sign him through SummerSlam. Just do that. There you go. Bye-bye. Let it
Actually, yeah.
sign him through SummerSlam and then he can debut at All In. There you go.
Just so we can see him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. So I kind of feel like Okada in AEW is a slam dunk. He already has stories there. I wouldn't mind seeing him again against Bryan Danielson. I wouldn't mind him renewing his Kenny Omega feud. I wouldn't mind him uh, wrestling all sorts of people. Like he can go with Will Ospreay again for 1,000th time for all I know. I don't care. Like he can do all of that there because he has grounds to step on there. It is kind of an unknown world when it comes to WWE. I'm not gonna lie, Okada in WWE is incredibly intriguing to me. That's like we talked about this on our show with Kate 2 weeks ago. Seems like a month ago. So
Ooh,
it is intriguing. What?
some news just hit from Tony Khan here. He just announced this. It has been made official.
Oh, it's official. Gianna Perazzo and Tony Storm at Revolution. I would absolutely enjoy that. They they did split screen again.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this at length when it comes to Revolution in a couple of weeks here. So yeah, I'm not gonna sit here pretend that I know what's best for Okada. I feel like he knows that himself, and if he enjoys being at AEW, that's the place where he would go. Yes, please give me Swerve and Okada, give me everyone against Okada, give me what the hell did I say last week?
You want Bronson versus Okada again?
Bronson Reed and Okada, yeah, but like apart from that, and AEW wise, although yeah, sure, I would like Okada and Bronson Reed back when he was Jonah. Jonah is such a badass name. I wish he had that back.
You know he had a bullfrog? Oh, damn it, that was Jeremiah. Damn it. I messed my joke up. God.
What?
Jeremiah had a bullfrog. It's the name of a song or lyrics of a song. I can't remember. I messed up. Just leave me alone. Let me.
The cocktail bullfrog?
No, it's a song.
Okay.
I messed up. It's my first day. Damn. At least I caught it
today.
At least I caught it right away, so nobody in chat had to caught it first.
That's fine. You're okay. You shaved your beard.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why.
I went
like
straight
you
dumb.
lost your,
Yeah, this is it. Corey hit it right on the head. I couldn't coexist with myself.
Corey's right yet again.
I'm gonna coexist with myself later.
We should have a Corey moment on the show when we point out incredibly accurate stuff that Corey says. Basically, put the
Three Dog Night.
Dog Night. Good.
Yeah, that's the name of the band.
Dog Night. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Three Dog Night. Is that the name of the song? Jeremiah had a bullfrog, or is there like a? I think that's the name of the song. But man, I've talked about the monkeys and Jeremiah had a. Man, I'm talking like.
I love having no clue what's being talked about on my own show.
Yeah, well, you got the right host for that.
Yeah.
Co-host, that is. But
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's about Okada. I will support him whatever he decides to do. Because it's.
Here we go. Joy to the World. What is the name of the
Joy
song?
to the world.
Yeah, that one. That's it. I don't think that's it.
That one.
Yeah.
It's not a New Year song or whatever. Yeah. We can finally get Okada versus CM Punk in WWE. So there you go.
Well, eventually, when
Eventually.
he's
Yeah. Speaking about CM Punk, the guy got injured yet again.
hold on, just before we go there, real quick, Mercedes Monet looks like she's going to AEW. Fightful has been reporting for a while that she's going to AEW. Looks like March. So I'm planning, based on what Sean's saying, I think we'll see her at Revolution. It would not surprise me if she debuts at that AEW, the Dynamite. I think they're doing Dynamite and Collision that same night. They're recording Collision. It wouldn't surprise me if they have her there. Or what I would do is announce her to be at Revolution. That way you get some extra people to pay.
When's Revolution?
March 3rd, I want to say.
March 3rd.
I want to say. I could be wrong. Let's see here. Yeah, March 3rd. Sunday, March 3rd. Be there live on pay-per-view.
Okay.
So that's what I would do. But that's me. And I'm not the smartest, as you can tell. Okay, let's move on.
CM Punk.
CM Punk. So earlier, when I was talking about thumbnails, here's number 2 thumbnail. This was the second one I did.
Yeah, okay. Like Drew becomes such a favorite wrestler of mine. Because of course he was such a wonderful sports entertainer before that. So Punk open up Raw. By the way, just a quick say. Raw has been having awesome production lately. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, because KD's gone.
Yeah, sure, but like all the movements of pictures that are like pre-recorded, stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, pre-recorded.
It's so good. It's so fluent, and it's as if it's been like this forever, because it should have been like this forever. Yes, and Pat McAfee seems to be joining commentary for the near future.
Yeah.
With Michael Cole. I'm so glad that Pat McAfee's back, because Michael Cole is better at his job when Pat McAfee's there. So Punk opened up the show with a passionate promo. So it was such a good promo, by the way. Why are you smirking again?
Because I laugh. I mean, no, I was thinking about the promo. Like, I mean, it was a good promo, and then
then Drew.
Yeah, then
yeah,
Drew came to ruin the day for him.
Yeah, so Punk, he was. I gotta say, I felt so bad for Punk, because like I felt like this was gonna be his year. Like most recently, I don't know if you noticed, Rob, but like we started getting a lot of CM Punk fans in the chat. Oh, you hate on CM Punk. We don't. I legitimately think that he should have everything that he wants, because I just want him to be happy. I just want Punk to be happy, because when Punk is happy, the wrestling is happy and it's thriving. So he said that there's always next year and everything. And then Drew comes up, and from at the beginning, he's kind of empathetic, and he's like, that's so that is incredibly bad. Like I sympathize with that. And then he said, I prayed for this and it happened. I heard the news and I slept like a baby, and I'm like, oh my god. Like afterwards he went on a trolling mission on Twitter.
Yeah.
And started posting pictures. And please tell me that you have the pictures.
I don't yet, but go ahead. I'll get them.
Like he did, with the meme on the what do you guys call it? On the
the funeral, or
the funeral meme. And then all these things on Twitter. The guy is so over right now, because I'm sorry, this is so kayfabe. I'm sure that CM Punk is absolutely in on it, because what Punk said after was, my heart hurts more than my triceps. I'm gonna go rehab it, and I'm gonna come back and main event WrestleMania. But the first man on that checklist is you. Yeah, that is the thing. And CM Punk's WrestleMania main event 24-24. I'm sorry, Drew's the guy.
Oh man, it was good. Don't get me wrong. I laughed at it.
He is so the guy. He is so the guy. I'm enjoying this immensely. Sami Zayn came out and saved Punk because Drew McIntyre went in on Punk, and I'm like, is his triceps gonna be good? Because Drew didn't hold back. You wonder how much of that is real, you know?
Oh, nah, they're fine.
I know, but like, come on. So, all in all, what happened is Drew got himself over, and now I don't care. Like, how do you boo this man? Like, how am I supposed to boo Drew now?
Yeah, you're not, I guess.
The other absolutely amazing thing that happened, and we're gonna talk about this, is Cody. So Cody came out.
Yeah.
Please say what you think about that, because I'm gonna go off.
Okay, so the promo. So So what I'll do is I'll talk about the CM Punk, and then I'll talk about what I think about the Cody thing. That way you can.
Yeah.
Go. Mm-hmm. So the CM Punk thing, I thought it was great, like the whole thing, and then then Drew talked, and I was just like, "Holy shit, he said that! Wow, okay." I don't think I would have said that, but it's storyline, and I'm sure that it was cleared with Punk, because the one thing that WWE does is they clear this stuff beforehand. They don't really do the shoot stuff really ever, rarely ever. So that's really all I had to say. And Easy says it perfectly here. Personal issues
draw money. Absolutely amazing. Shout out to Meet Normus in the chat. He's rarely here. We're glad to have you here, sweetie.
Oh, I didn't see him. Cool. Welcome. As far as Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Seth Rollins, he cut a hell of a promo.
He did.
He actually made sense, and that's the one thing that I like. What makes great wrestling promos is when the wrestler makes it make sense. That's something that Sean has said for a long time. Make it make sense, and that's what Seth Rollins did. He made it make sense. He said it the best way. This is your dad's title. This is the one, because it's the working title, and like. That's what, once he said that, that's what drew me in. However, that said, that might be the working title, but that's not the title I want him to get. I want him to make the working title the one that Roman Reigns has, the one that was the working title. That's the point, for him to get that title, to make it the working title again. That's what I want to happen. I would be beyond disappointed if Cody does not get to wrestle Roman Reigns. And Kimberly puts it great too. He threw some great shade, beautiful shade at Roman. Like, didn't like necessarily bury him, but he made it like, hey, like, he's basically saying I'm the man, you know. Corey's right. I was going to mention this because we don't necessarily promote the shows, but there is a segment for Cody and Roman tonight. Hopefully, I'm just hoping that Cody just says, hell with it. Let's do it. Like, Seth made a good point, but I'm going after you. Blah, blah, blah. Something like that.
Well, the thing is that I'm pretty sure that the whole CM Punk situation, this is them buying time.
Yeah,
and
I think that's true too.
So because they made a case for this, because at the end of the Rumble, Cody was pointing at Roman Reigns and everything, that he made it clear that this is what he was doing. And then on the press scrum, he said that this was what he was doing. So what happened here, first of all, he came out looking like $1,000,000. So I've always made a point out of the way Cody carries himself, and he always looked like a champion.
Yeah.
Full stop. So that being said, imagine Cody, the way he was dressed on Monday, because I draw specific attention to that, to the way people look in the ring when, like, not in their attire, wrestling attire. So imagine Cody being dressed like he was dressed on Monday, but with a championship on his shoulder. That is money right there. And everything that Cody is doing outside of WWE, all, the presses and the red carpets and everything, he looks like a star. He looks like the face of your company. So there should be no other other thought in your head that he's facing none other than Roman Reigns right now. So what Seth said, he said that he was telling no lies, okay? Like he made a case for his title because he wanted the winner of the Royal Rumble to be the one to challenge him, because the same thing that Rhea Ripley did when Charlotte Flair won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair was wondering whether the Raw or the SmackDown, and then Rhea Ripley came out and she was like, "No, I'm the woman. Like, I'm the one you should be, challenging." So Seth came out and said, "We don't need Roman." That's what he said. We don't need Roman. And you're absolutely right. This is the thing that he should be doing in kayfabe. So Cody said that he'll think about it, but I suppose that they're going to stretch it out a bit more. Like, he doesn't need to choose Roman directly.
Yeah. Exactly. I think you hit it right on the head. Like, I think they drag it out a little bit, because you're right, they don't really need to do anything. They have Elimination Chamber coming up, so they don't have to do it like right now either, so you make a good point. So let's see here. Well, let's move on to the we were just talking about Elimination Chamber, so let's go and talk a little bit about it more. Rhea Ripley said she is up for defending her title in Australia, which good, because I think she definitely would want to wrestle in Australia. And the working plan right now is, and I figured that would be the case, we saw Nia Jax attack her on Raw. So do you think we get Nia versus?
Well, what Nia Jax actually did was, because Bailey was in the ring with Damage Control, and Rhea came out, Nia crushed her and everything. And what Nia says, what Nia said to Bailey was, "You can pick Io, you can pick whoever you want. Rhea isn't making it to WrestleMania." So what I suppose will happen was, yes, exactly what you said. Rhea Ripley would defend her championship in the Elimination Chamber against Nia Jax and defeat Nia Jax. But this doesn't mean that there won't be. Oh, no. She will defend her championship against Nia at the Elimination Chamber, but there will be a women's Elimination Chamber match, which Becky should win. I don't know. Like, I don't know how you do it. Like, I have no idea. But the thing is that I really wanted WWE to make the Elimination Chamber about the women's tag team titles.
Yeah.
This was what I was hoping for, because they have an opportunity to put these titles over.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah, I really wanted them to do that. They actually have low key developed a women's tag team division, low key, but they still have to work on that. And an Elimination Chamber tag team title match was a right call to do that. But I suppose that they needed more time for them to build that.
Yeah.
But that would have been that would have been a wonderful idea. Do you think so? Like,
No, I definitely agree with you. I think the titles have been good, but I think the tag team titles would have been good. But I also see your point about Becky Lynch. Like they need to try to figure out a way to maybe make a contenders match.
Yeah.
And that's what I figured they'd be doing. And that's what I honestly figured that they would have done if if Punk would have won the Royal Rumble. I figured that's how Cody Rhodes would have been able to get into the Mania match against Reigns. That's what I was going with my prediction, that that Punk would win and he was going to challenge Rollins because of their past, and that would have left it open for Rhodes to challenge Reigns at Mania. But obviously that did not happen. But that's the way I would have booked it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but this whole thing with going back to the Rhodes thing, I think they're trying to. Part of me wonders if they're just pushing this stuff off because they want to figure out who they can have wrestle. Like, do they have The Rock? Like, is because if they do have The Rock, then I think we are getting Cody versus Seth. And then I think. I
mean, he legitimately just got on the board of directors. Like, I don't think that that's how you do it. Like, he just got on the board of directors. Maybe postpone it for next year.
That's exactly
I know that because, come on, like, I'm a big fan of The Rock, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. And like, the guy got loaded after one spine buster and one people's elbow. I don't want that. Yes, Maria. It has to be Cody versus Roman. I don't want that type of in-ring Rock to be actually the one to face Roman. They can do night one at WrestleMania next year. I understand what everyone's coming from. I understand it's WrestleMania and it's Hollywood. I know that this is the way they want it to go. But if you're not up for it, and if you're going to lose your breath from breathing too hard, I don't think that that's a good look.
Yeah. No, yeah. And I think The Rock is smart enough to know that, obviously. But
I mean, he looks so good. He looks amazing. But like, it's a different kind of in-ring ability than to look great. Those are two absolutely different things.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah. What did you think of Dynamite? Really quick. Quick, no, but
I thought it was a pretty good episode. I liked Hangman's match against Toa
Liona. Oh my god, that was such Toa Liona making his singles Dynamite debut. That was such an awesome match.
Yeah, very good. I liked Jeff Hardy giving the finger to
Moxley. Yeah,
Moxley. That was kind of I found humor in that because Moxley was just like, what? I just okay, I like that.
Yeah, for once Moxley's the one to extend the hand.
Yeah.
And then the other person flips him off.
And I liked Deanna and Taya. I enjoyed that. And then the main event was good. RVD and Swerve. It seems like I'm missing something, but overall it was a pretty good show, I thought.
Yeah, well, Chris Jericho and Kyle Fletcher happened, and I'm so pissed off about that because, I understand that Kyle Fletcher went for a suicide dive, and Jericho gave him a Judas effect. He did that once before. Mm-hmm. It's still good. It looks really good. And then Chris Jericho got him in the ring and did another diving Judas effect from the top rope. And this is, I understand that this is them making Kyle Fletcher look good because he had to take 2 Judas effects of that caliber. I understand that, but Kyle Fletcher is your Ring of Honor TV champion, and I hate Ring of Honor champions getting pinned on Dynamite just for laughs.
Yeah.
And next week, Chris Jericho is facing Takeshita at Phoenix, right?
Yes.
And God help me. If Chris Jericho wins this match again, I'm going to fucking lose it on this show. I will question.
Full episode clavicle tax super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetie. And I will make sure that Alexis Cardoza knows about this. Yeah. So we've talked on our show. Like, I know Chris Jericho is one of the big, names in wrestling or whatever. It's 2024. I don't need that. There's such amazing young talent, especially in AEW, that has been so focused on, like elevating wrestling's future.
Yeah.
And Chris Jericho hasn't, why? It's Kyle Fletcher. That is wrestling's future. Kyle Fletcher is so amazing. And you know what I hope? I hope that this is the beginning. Beginning? This is the beginning of the potential official debut of Will Ospreay in AEW.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, with the Don Callis family and Chris Jericho beating on Kyle Fletcher and everything, and because I don't want Will Ospreay a part of the Don Callis family. Just FYI, I hope that he breaks free from that, and I will be needing for Mel Coleman to do. Because she does that with the Last Supper, with the members of the Don Callis family. Yeah. I'll be needing him to break through of that art, like a lot, because I don't want him to be a part of that family anymore. That's about it. Like Dynamite wasn't bad. It was good, but like this pissed me off immensely. I can't even say how much. I don't want 50-something-year-old Chris Jericho to be beating Ring of Honor champions. I don't want that. Having in mind that Chris Jericho is the one to tap out to the swing to Claudio Castagnoli for Claudio to become Ring of Honor champion. So justice for Ring of Honor. I hope Claudio kicks his ass. Also, everyone else. No.
Nice. No, I mean, I get your point. I don't like champions getting pinned at all, like unless they're losing the title. But that's how I feel, But I mean, that's me agreeing with you. But with that said, Maggie, plug your shit.
Oh, Thank you for making me plug my shit as I was drinking water, Rob.
Well, I thought you were done. My bad.
Yeah, sure. Guys, you can follow me on Twix at Maggie_IK and on Maggie at Maggie on Instagram at Maggie. IK. What the fuck did I say?
I don't know. It's okay. It's our first day.
So. Yes.
Guys, you can follow me at Rob Wilkins on Twitter or X, whatever the hell you want to call it. On Instagram at Fight4Rob, on Threads at Fight4Rob. Every Friday, you can find me right here with Miss Maggie at 3:00 Eastern. We will be here for
NXT Day this Sunday.
Yeah, normal time, 2 p.m. Eastern.
2 p.m. Yeah.
Okay, 2 p.m. Eastern for NXT pre-show. I'm sure Chris Mueller will be there. I'm hoping that Ryan Sullivan will be there for Mark
And
Order
look for
podcast.
Ryan because I kind of miss him.
Caden will be there. I think he
Yes.
asked the other day or yet today. Man, seemed
Today-
like only yesterday. He DM'd me earlier, like before the show. The other thing, Maggie, the reason I sent you a DM this morning, and I wanted to ask you, what would your wrestling name be? Because I figured out mine.
You figured out yours?
Yes.
Oh, I'm absolutely gonna be called Laura.
Laura.
Yeah.
Okay.
Laura.
Well, mine,
Laura.
Laura. So, my wrestling name. What was the one that Ryan gave us? Do you remember? Like, I was Barney, and I forgot which one.
Barney.
Yeah, which was yours?
Ethel.
Ethel, Barney, and Ethel. So that's what. But because Creative is giving us new names, I figured out what my new name is. Brick Hit House. Not Brick Shit House, but Brick Hit House.
What's a Brit shit house?
Brick Shit House is basically a robustly.
What?
It's a robustly. It's an article built more robustly than its function requires, or a person with a well-developed body, which I don't really have a well-developed body, but that's why I think it'd be funny. Brick Hit House would be my wrestling name.
Oh my god, sweetie, I still don't understand anything.
That's fine. There's a lot of people that probably don't, but some will, and they'll think it's hilarious.
I hope that people understand what you're saying because I don't understand.
That's usually what happens when I talk to women. They don't have any clue what I'm talking about. So that's normal. It's all good. I'm used to this. My game is like Rico Suave. So Suave. Do you know who Rico Suave is? You know what? Fuck this. I quit.
Am I gonna regret asking who he is?
No, I just don't. No, you won't. It's okay. It's a hell of a run. We had a hell of a run.
Did you give up? You
Yep,
gave up.
I
Guys,
gave up.
please don't stop watching us.
Yeah, don't stop. Please come back next week. I'll be better.
Please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to Fightful Overbooked. Subscribe to Fightful Select. It is the best $5 you're ever gonna spend this month. Believe me, Sean is busting his ass for everything that he's done so far, and especially the last for the last week because it is not fun.
And maybe we'll bring back Coexisting After Dark this month. Who knows?
Oh my god! Hopefully,
Okay, so that sounds like a no.
we need to get started on that. I know we will, but we need to get started on that. Please subscribe and leave a comment under the video after you've done watching. Thank you.
Yeah, if any wrestlers are watching this and you want to be a guest, please let us know. I know Will Ospreay watches this show. Tanahashi watches this show.
Yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. watches this show.
Zack Sabre Jr. watches this. Mariah May is a big fan. Hi, Mariah. If you want to be a guest on this show,
yes, please.
Becky,
I'm
we
fan
would.
of David Lynch, your father.
WWE PR, if they want to be part of it too, if they want to stay in the background, that's more than fine. We'd love to have you. Yeah, Wardlow, of course. His brother, Rob Lowe, wants to be involved. Again, he can.
I do not want to interview Wardlow. People, come on. Do you know how will this go? Hi, Wardlow.
What happened to Maggie? Well,
no.
She broke down.
My washing machine.
Yeah. Yeah, there's water everywhere. Well, that's not really water.
Let's
but
end
whatever.
the show. Come on.
Okay, let's call it a day, guys. I want to say thank you again for tuning in. And one last thing. Want to give our best wishes to Jim Ross, who had cancer surgery, removed cancer surgery on his hip. Best wishes to him. Yeah, I want to say that. And we wish him the best and glad for him.
Speedy recovery.
Yeah, speedy recovery. Hope to see him on TV again soon. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Have a good weekend.
Sacrifice! 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 Sacrifice!
I hit the wrong button again. Damn it.
Yeah, David Buster's, damn it.
Like my first day. What the hell did I do over here? Let's see. Yep.
Sacrifice! 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 Sacrifice!